Oh no, that color is different.
I've got to read the label.
Louder because you have the
Burnt.
Burnt umber.
Burnt.
Yeah.
We put the first coat was raw umber.
Yes.
Now we're going to add some highlights to it with a slightly different color.
So you have burnt umber there, you've got raw umber and white.
That's it.
Okay.
And I don't have a recipe for it.
All right.
I just mix it together until it looks about right.
What looks about right to you, though?
Dry your brush off a little bit
Okay.
and see what happens.
I'm gonna make sure you get those dang notes.
So when you put this coloring on, you don't cover everything totally. You're just going in areas.
And so this,
Leaving some of it dark and some of it with the paint on it. And once your paint or your brush has lost most of its paint, and you come back and dab.
okay. So there is still dabbing going on.
Yeah,
But when there's no paint on the brush, right?
right. Which gives you heavy area and lighter area.
Okay.
Had something that's strong to guitar with.
So you have
I mean, there is
a color variation
mom playing,
going on here.
and she's like,
You know that little seam you have there? It almost looks like an animal path.
Where?
This little seam right here, it looks like an animal path.
Oh.
I kind of like
Oh.
it. I might put a little dog on it or something.
Notice that's where our glue line is.
Okay, yeah.
And how when you sand it and work with it,
Yeah.
the glue is harder and according to the styrofoam it's softer.
Yeah.
So you end up with that line.
Yeah.
We'll make it music day.
So once again, I'm using the brush to get most of the paint off of it and then dabbing.
It takes longer for.
So you get darker areas and lighter areas.
This.
And that's what really makes it pop.
If it's like a video game, it clicks right away. Something I'm used to.
Yeah, it's easy to forget that stuff. If you want to have a
All right, a little more paint.
Well, say like a new phone or say something like that. That's easy for me.
Generally speaking, I say to myself, put the high areas with the heavy paint, like this one, and the low areas, like this, do the dabbing.
You play several, but
Okay.
So you have what I call a contrast between the heavy and the dark.
Is there a reason why the light would be on top and the dark would be on the bottom?
Not that I can speak of
Okay.
in public.
It's very sensitive.
Yeah.
Look, we're gonna have to change things. You're gonna have to start being able to read the music. I do everything right there.
The size of your brush doesn't really matter.
Mm-hmm.
However, like I said, you want to have areas darker and lighter.
So I had to start doing
So what did we decide to do here?
So I had to
We had talked about it last week and I can't remember.
Well, I might add a sidewalk there, but then fill it in with some gravel as like a shoulder.
Okay. Oh,
But we can do that later.
That's right. We're going to put a shoulder on there.
Yeah, right.
do what I did.
And you learned it.
Okay. So we've used all the same color
Here, I got the computer.
here.
We go into this large building where you're playing.
And if you run into an area where you get too much paint, oops,
Yeah.
okay, you don't want to worry about it because there's always plan 2.
Okay.
And plan 2 is taking some of the dark paint
Yeah.
that you start with.
Bacon the way I always do? No.
That's where your memory comes in.
That looks like the burnt.
Fix it.
That's not, is that the raw umber?
No, it's the burnt.
Okay.
Part thinnery, you know,
I like that you're teaching us this here.
and they took what they call the jewel.
Now it still looks completely full here, which it is.
Yeah.
However, We're gonna let that dry and then come back with the original burnt umber and overpaint that.
Okay.
So what I'm trying to teach here is the fact you can't make a mistake
Okay.
of
Very good.
in
Yeah.
the
It's
painting.
upside down,
Yeah.
set it back down on top of the speaker.
Because if you overpaint, you can also
Different grade versus-
fix that by going back to the original.
Correct.
Very good.
Now the next thing I do is take a little bit of our coloring
He's still
and add some white to it so it's a lighter color.
stereo.
Wipe it off the brush. Then we're gonna come by here and give some highlights,
He's still
So he
a
doesn't
lighter color.
play anymore, but sells equipment to people that want to get into the music business.
The other guys have carried.
I think you told in one of your previous videos, you talked about like 3 different layers of color: a dark, a medium, and a light.
Yes,
That's kind of what's going
I
on
try
now.
to use at least 3 different colors.
Mm-hmm.
Do you keep in touch with any of those guys?
No, no. One of the guys I did, the drummer, Eddie, and I kept in touch with
Okay,
him.
and now we're gonna use almost all white.
Ooh.
Wipe your brush off. We're gonna come through here like the sun has hit this.
Never answered anything, you know? So I always ask.
Oh, yeah.
The key here is if you can see the difference in color, you've used too much.
Well, that's nice that you kept in touch with the music business buddies.
Yeah.
Okay, now
Good.
if we match what's here to there, there's a discrepancy. So what happens is that after this is dry, we're gonna come through and give it this particular look here
Yeah, she's just regular.
over there.
So it looks like you need to add a little green, like the green.
So this is
Oh.
step 1.
Okay.
Okay.
Got it.
So we're gonna end it there.
It's my friend.
Huh?
Okay. All right. Go ahead.
We're green. And we're gonna take our wall and we're gonna put a little green paint
One is a backup in my pocket on my.
because
Uh-huh.
we're going to add some vegetation growing on the wall in several areas. You don't want to do the whole wall and make it look like a straight line.
Right.
Mother Nature abhors straight lines.
Yes.
So, and I use a dark, heavy green because if you put one color, such as green, over a light rock, you get a different color green than if you put the green over the darker rock.
Mm-hmm.
So by using a heavy green, it compensates for that.
Okay. Good. I see. Yeah. Gives it a good firm base,
Yeah,
or solid base, I should say.
well, either way.
Yeah.
So we're gonna wait till that dries.
Okay.
And then we're going to put some grass over here, like the vegetation is growing up. After that's done, we're going to take some vegetation and glue on there like the bushes are growing up along the wall.
Very good. Okay.
Similar to kind of what we've done over here, thinking like there's bushes growing up along the road.
Mhm. And one right in the middle of the road.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oopsie. We got a little problem here.
Hurricane.
Yeah. Okay.
That's it for today. And next time we're gonna make this disappear, our big error,
Or it's preserved.
and we're gonna add the grass with some Elmer's glue over the green areas so it will match something like this.
So yeah,
And then the next time we're gonna come back and put vegetation along here.
Okay.
yeah.
So this is what, stage 5, 6?
This is 5. This is 5. Yep.
Okay.